Hello, my dear children. Children, we have been studying Bohr's atomic model, and in the class today we are going to study the emission spectrum of hydrogen atom. Well, children, we know that energy of electron in nth state is minus RCS z square upon n square. This is energy in terms of Rydberg constant, and we substitute the value of Rydberg constant C and H. We get the expression of energy as minus 13.6 z square upon n square electron volt. For hydrogen atom, z is equal to 1. Therefore, energy in terms of Rydberg constant is minus RCH upon n square, and in electron volt it is minus 13.6 upon n square electron volt. Besides that, we know law of transition, which says that when an electron moves from one stationary state to another, energy is absorbed or emitted, and this energy absorbed or emitted is always equal to the difference of the energies of initial and final energy levels. Well, let us now move on to Lyman band, the most prominent band of emission spectrum of hydrogen atom. Well, in Lyman band or series, all those lines are present, all those wavelengths are present, all those photons are present, which are emitted out when the transition takes place from any excited state to ground state. From any excited state to ground state, if transition takes place, then the photons which are emitted, they all are called Lyman photons. The wavelengths which are produced, they all are part of the Lyman band. This is very first Lyman band. When transition takes place from 2 to 1, we get very first Lyman line. When transition takes place from 3 to 1, we get the second Lyman line, and so on. And when transition takes place from infinity to ground state, we get the last Lyman line of maximum energy or minimum wavelength. This is also called as series limit. So for Lyman band, initial energy level is greater than 1 and final energy level is 1. So what is this Ni? The energy of initial level is what? Minus RCH upon Ni square, or minus 13.6 upon Ni square in electron volt. And energy of final energy state is what? Well, minus RCH upon 1 square, that is 1, or minus 13.6 upon 1 electron volt. Well, we know the difference of these two is given out as energy. So what is this photon? Energy of photon of Lyman band is 13.6. The difference of these two, 13.6, 1 minus 1 upon Ni square. And if we substitute the value of Ni here, which starts from 2 up to infinity, we get the energy of different Lyman photons. And if we first substitute here, N is equal to 2, what do we get? 1 minus 1 upon 2 square, that is 1 upon 4. 1 minus 1 upon 4 is 3 upon 4. 3 upon 4 times 13.6 is what? 10.2 electron volt. Yeah, this is 10.2 electron volt. This is the energy of first Lyman photon. This is first Lyman photon, where transition takes place from 2 to 1. And if we substitute here, N is equal to 3, we get second Lyman photon. Yeah, this is second Lyman photon. So if we substitute 1 minus 1 upon 3 square, that is 1 upon 9, we get what? 1 minus 1 upon 9 is 8 upon 9. 8 upon 9 into 13.6 is what? 12.1 electron volt. Yes, this is the energy of second Lyman photon. And that way, if we substitute 4, 5, 6, we can find out the energy of each and every Lyman photon. Well, when we substitute Ni is equal to infinity, we get the Lyman photon of maximum energy. And what is that? 1 minus 1 upon infinity is 0. And what do we get? 13.6. 13.6 electron volt is the energy of maximum energy of photon, which has maximum energy. So all Lyman photons lie between 10.2 electron volt and 13.6 electron volt. And children, this range of photon belongs to ultraviolet part of electromagnetic spectrum. Second prominent band of emission spectrum of hydrogen atom is Balmer band or series. And the lines of Balmer band are emitted out when transition takes place from any excited state. When transition takes place from any excited state to state number 2. When transition takes place from any excited state to state number 2. When transition takes place from any excited state to state number 2. The lines which are emitted, the lines which are emitted again are very close to each other. Very close to each other, and they all are called as, Balmer series or band. They are called band because they are very close to each other, and over any graph they give a look of a band. Now, when transition takes place from 3 to 2, we get first Balmer line, and this very first Balmer line is called as H alpha line. Very, very important, children. Very, very important. And when transition takes place from say 4 to 2, we get second Balmer line. And what is that? That is H beta. This is H beta. When transition takes place from 5 to 2, then what do we get? We get third Balmer line, and that is what? H gamma. H alpha, H beta, H gamma are Balmer first line, second line, third line, and so on. And the last Balmer line of maximum energy is what? When transition takes place from infinity to state number 2. State number 2 is first excited state. So this transition gives us the Balmer line of maximum energy or minimum wavelength. This is what is called as series limit. As usual, since Ni, when transition takes place from any excited state to state number 2, so what is Ni? Ni is greater than 2. And the final state has n as what? 2. And Ni is greater than 2 means minimum value of Ni would be 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7, and so on up to infinity. Initial energy state will have 13.6 upon Ni square. Final energy state will have energy what? 13.6 upon 2 square, and that is 4. The difference of these two is given as energy of photon, and the difference of these two is what? 13.6, 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon Ni square. So this is formula of every Balmer photon. Remember, Ni has minimum value 3 and maximum of course is infinity. So for H alpha line, see, for H alpha line, the transition takes place from 3. This is H alpha line. Transition takes place from 3 to 2. And if we write 3 here, 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 3 square is 9. 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 9 is what? 5 upon 36. 5 upon 36 into 13.6 is what? 1.9 electron volt. So the energy of first Balmer line, where the transition takes place from 3 to 2, is what? This energy difference, and this energy difference is what? 1.9 electron volt. That can be found out from the energy band diagram also, and also from this result. This is H alpha line, remember, very, very important. And this H beta, this is beta line. This is second Balmer line. And the energy of second Balmer line would be what? Well, Ni we have to put what? We have to put Ni as what? 4. So when transition takes place from 4 to 2, 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4 square, that is 1 upon 16. And if we solve, what do we get it as? 2.55. 2.55 electron volt is the energy of H beta line, second Balmer line. And the last Balmer line is produced when transition takes place from infinity to level number 2. And that energy is what? 3.4 electron volt. 3.4. Why 3.4? Because 1 upon infinity square is 0. So 13.6 upon 4 electron volt, that is 3.4. So 3.4 electron volt is the energy of maximum energy of any Balmer line, Balmer photon. This is also series limit. Well, we can see here the range of photon, energy of photon is what? From 1.9 electron volt to what? 3.4. So all Balmer photon lie between 1.9 electron volt and 3.4 electron volt. And remember children, this range of photon belongs to visible part of electromagnetic spectrum. So this Balmer Lyman band belongs to UV part, and this Balmer band belongs to visible part of electromagnetic spectrum. Very, very important. And the third band, third prominent band is partition band. And what happens in this partition band? In partition band, the transition takes place from any excited state to state number 3. When transition takes place from any excited state to state number 3, from any high energy state to state number 3, the transitions, they produce what? Partition lines. These partition lines again lie very close to each other and give a look of a band. Give the look of a band. This is partition series of band. And all the lines of this partition band are emitted when the transition takes place from Ni greater than 3 to final state N is equal to 3. That means Ni has minimum value 4 and then 5, 6, 7 and so on up to infinity. Energy, as usual, energy given out is what? 13.6. The difference of these two. Well, 13.6, 1 upon 9 minus 1 upon Ni square. Instead of 4 we have what? Instead of 2 square here, as here, we have here what? 3 square. NF is 3. So we get, instead of 4 here, we get 9 here. 3 square. 1 upon 3 square, that is 9 minus 1 upon Ni square. And remember, this Ni is equal to what? Minimum 4. So what is the energy of first partition line? Energy of first partition line is, we have to substitute here what? 4. 1 upon 9 minus 1 upon 4 square, that is 16. 1 minus 9 minus 1 upon 16 into 13.6. When we solve it, what do we get it as? We get it as 0.66 electron volt. This is the minimum energy of any partition line. Likewise, we can find out the energy of second partition line by substituting 5 here. We can find out the energy of third partition line by substituting 6 here, and so on. We can find out the energy of series limit by substituting Ni is equal to infinity. And the energy of this last Lyman photon, which is maximum, is what? 1.51 electron volt. We can see in partition series, all photons lie between 0.66 electron volt to 1.51 electron volt. And this range of photons belongs to infrared part of electromagnetic spectrum. This belongs to infrared part of electromagnetic spectrum. Next band in the emission spectrum of hydrogen atom is bracket band of series. And the lines of this particular band are emitted when transition takes place from any state greater than 4 to stationary state number 4. When transition takes place from any excited state to or any high energy state to state number 4, then the lines which are emitted are again very close to each other. And all these lines constitute a band. And what do we call this band as? We call this band as bracket. Bracket band or series. So what are the photons of various bracket bands or series? Ni is minimum value of Ni is 5 and 6, 7 up to infinity. Energy of initial state is as usual minus 13.6 upon Ni square. Final state is minus 13.6 upon 4 square, that is 16. So difference of the two is given as the energy of photon. And what is that? 13.6, 1 upon 16 minus 1 upon Ni square. And if we substitute the minimum value of Ni, which is possible, is what? 5 here. We get the energy of first bracket line. So 1 upon 16 minus 1 upon 5 square, 25. 1 upon 16 minus 1 upon 25 into 13.6. If we solve it, what do we get? We get 0.31 electron volt. So this is the minimum energy of any bracket line. Likewise, if we write 6 here, 7 here, 8 here, we get the energy of different bracket lines. And if we write n is equal to infinity here, we get the series limit, the energy of the series limit. That is the photon of maximum energy and minimum wavelength. And that series limit is what? Delta E2 is equal to 0.85. If we write here infinity, 1 upon infinity is 0, we get 13.6 upon 16, and that is what is 0.85. This is the maximum energy of bracket line. That means all photons belonging to the bracket band, they all lie between 0.31 electron volt and 0.85 electron volt, and this is also infrared part of electromagnetic spectrum. That means this bracket series also belongs to infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum. And the last prominent band, last of the prominent band is what? Fun series or fun band. The lines of this band are emitted out when transition takes place from any excited state, to state number 5. From any excited state, if the transition takes place to state number 5, then the energy radiations which are emitted, they constitute this particular band, which is called as fun band or series. This is fun, P silent, P F U N D, fun band or series. Well, as usual, Ni greater than 5 to Nf is equal to 5. So what is this Ni? Minimum value 6, 7, 8 up to infinity. Energy of photon is going to be what? Delta is equal to 13.6. 1 upon 25, 13.6 upon 25 is Nf in electron volt, and this is Ni. If we substitute Ni as 6 here, 1 upon 25 minus 1 upon 30 is into 13.6. If we solve it, what do we get? We get 0.16 electron volt. The 0.16 electron volt is the minimum energy of any photon of fun series. And if we substitute Ni is equal to infinity, we get the maximum energy of any fun line. And what is that? 1 upon 25 into 13.6. Yeah, that comes out to be 0.544 electron volt. That simply means, this is also series limit. This simply means all the photons of fun series lie between 1.6 electron volt and 5.54 electron volt. This is also nothing but infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which is the biggest part of electromagnetic spectrum. So this fun band or fun series also belongs to infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Children, we have been finding out the energy of every line of emission spectrum of hydrogen atom. We have found out the energy of every Lyman line, every Balmer line, every Paschen line, every bracket line, and every fun line. What when energy is not asked? If it is asked, the wavelength. If the wavelength of various lines is asked, then what are you going to do? When the wavelength is asked, well, we can use this very popular formula for conversion of energy into wavelength. We have found out all the energies of all the photons of the emission spectrum of hydrogen atom in electron volt. So you just divide that energy of photon with 12375. You divide 12375 with energy of photon in electron volt. You will get their wavelength in angstrom. This is a very popular formula which you know already. So you can use this conversion formula to convert energy into wavelength. If wave number is asked, what is wave number? Wave number is nothing but reciprocal of wavelength. So if you know the wavelength, just inverse it. Inverse it. Remember, you have to convert this wavelength into meter before you find out its reciprocal. And you will get wave number, unit is per meter. And if it is asked, what is frequency of various lines? Then what are we going to do? Well, we'll convert the energy into joules, energy of every photon which we have found out in joules. For that you have to multiply this with 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. So this is energy in joule and divided by what? H, the Planck constant. You know E is equal to H nu. Energy is equal to H nu. So what is nu? Nu is energy upon Planck's constant, but energy has to be in electron volt, and we know that 1 electron volt is what? 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. That is why we have converted this energy in electron volt into joule and divided that with H. So we know the energy, we can find out for every line wavelength, wave number, frequency, everything. Now you can work out every numerical asked from this particular unit, Bohr's atomic model of your level. Well, this model has certain drawbacks, and one very major drawback, very major drawback of this model is the very first one. there are many drawbacks which were overcome by various other scientists later on. So what is the major drawback of this model? That is what is here. The major drawback is this model is applicable only for, yes, this model is applicable only for hydrogen atom or hydrogen like atoms. This is the major drawback. This model is applicable only for hydrogen atom or hydrogen like atom. Hydrogen atom we understand, but what about hydrogen like atoms? Hydrogen like atoms are monoelectronic atoms. That means an atom with an electron revolving around it. An atom with an electron revolving around it is monoelectronic or hydrogen like. So that neutral atom, hydrogen atom is one such atom. Rest all hydrogen like atoms are what? Rest all monoelectronic atoms are what? Cations. We know in helium there are 2 electrons. If we remove 1 electron, what do we get? H plus cation. Lithium there are 3 electrons. Beryllium there are 4 electrons. If we remove all the electrons except 1, what do we get? We get monoelectronic atom, and only for these atoms this model is applicable. This is major drawback of this particular model. The other drawbacks are what? This model doesn't explain Zeeman effect. Zeeman effect is splitting of lines, spectral lines in presence of magnetic field. That is not explained by this particular model. This model doesn't explain Stark effect. What is Stark effect? Stark effect, the splitting of these spectral lines in presence of electric field. This model doesn't explain the hyperfine structure, fine structure of the spectral lines. So there are many other drawbacks, but this one is the major one. And these drawbacks were overcome by various other scientists, and one of the most prominent scientists was Sommerfeld. The Sommerfeld correction, after Sommerfeld correction, this model becomes Bohr-Sommerfeld model, and then it becomes applicable for every atom, and it was further improved by various other scientists. So children, with this we come to the end of today's class. So we'll meet very shortly with another lecture from nuclear physics. This time we are going to start with nuclear physics. So this is all from my side for the day. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.